This tutorial explains substring function in MySQL. Substring function takes a single larger string and returns a smaller portion of that string. And this smaller portion of that string is called a substring. So let's try one thing. I am gonna select the substring. So inside the substring function, we used to define three things. So the first thing is we used to define the string, the larger string we used to define first. For example, learn with Progademy. That's my YouTube channel name. So this is I am considering it as the larger string, right? Now second argument I have to define is the starting position. So let's uh, give the starting position as, so here it will start from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So let me give it 11, and the ending position, the third argument I want to give is the number of characters. So number of characters I want to take is 10, right? Let's terminate this and execute it. Let's say what it will return. It has returned me Progademy, right? So this is how it works. So if I just try to give this function without my space, right, how it will behave. So let's execute this one, right? It is starting from R now. Why? Because it considers spaces as well as the characters. So this is to be considered over here. So here we have to specify our starting string or starting position accordingly, right? Now just suppose if I wanna give the heading or the column name as well. So what we have to do, we have to define here the areas as the column name. So column name may be my YouTube channel name, so I am giving it as YouTube, right? It has given me the column name, this alias. Now let us consider, if we don't provide the number of characters, then what it will do, right? So for example, if I don't provide this number of characters and let me start with 8, what will happen? It will go till end, right? It will not consider the ending point or the number of characters, and it will print the complete string till end from this starting position. Okay, so this is how it behaves. And just suppose I want to print my value from last, then we use a negative starting point, right? Just for example, here I want to print from 1 until 5. So this is the starting point from the beginning, right? Now if I wanna consider from last, that this should be like, from last I wanna print. So here we will be considering the negative starting point. So let's say minus 10, and here I am not giving the ending point. So let's print it and see what it will print. It is printing Progademy, right? As maybe um, ending point. Just like this is a silly example, but yeah, this way we can consider, right? So this is how we used to consider from last. Let's take some another string. Let's try to use our database, existing database instead of this substring, right? Um, select S3 from employees, right? So let's take email, select substring. Here I am taking email and I have to take um, before at the rate. So we can consider maybe um, 10 from starting point, 1 from starting point, first character and till 10 from employees, employee table, right? So it, this we will take from the table. So if you see that this is truncating, so let me just try giving it as 12 characters, right? So um, here we can also add alias as enterprise ID. So instead of that column name, it will give the enterprise ID as a column name. So this is the working of uh, substring function. Now we have one more function as SUBSTR. So this function is the shorter version of substring function, right? And it will also work the same. All right. So if I try to I put it as comment, and instead of this substring, let me try using substr. Select comma 1 comma 5 as right. Uh, let's execute it. See, this also works the same, but this function is the shorter version of substring, right? Just one thing to note here is it doesn't update the information in the database. It's just the way we are displaying it, right? Select function, what does select statement do? Select statement just displays the function or the values, right? So whatever we are working with select, it only displays and it doesn't update the information in the database. Now let's try to combine the string functions. For example, let's try to Firstly, I'm trying to concat the, what are the column names here? First name and last name. Let's try to concat the first name and last name, and I am just giving one character in between, from employees, right? And let me give it the alias as employee full name, maybe employee name, right? Now I just want to print the substring there. So what I will do, I will, let us do one thing here, select concat, here substring, then I wanna print um, first name, or if I try to execute this, what we saw, it was truncating, right? And let me just do one thing, let me give it as 10, and it will shorten the value, and it will not be the complete value there. So what we can do, I can add this here, and here we can add some dot 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 as enterprise ID from employees. So what it will show, it will just give dot 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 after this, right? This way. So what it has done, it has just given me the substring, this one, right? And after the substring, it sees that it is concatenating this substring with this dot dot values, right? So it has given me this. So this is how we can combine string functions as well. We can also reformat this or restructure this, like concat, then in the second line we can use this as this way, right? You can just reformat it as per your understanding and readable format, so it will also give the same as it is result, right? So this is also pretty important to know. So here we have studied substring function, the positive and negative indexes, the starting point and the number of characters. Then we have applied the same thing on table values. Then we have seen the substr function, and then we have combined the two string functions as concatenate and substring, right? And we saw if we reformat this code, we will get the same result.